good looks.
Oh my God. Who knows why OBS decided to lose its mind right at the beginning of this live stream, but that's basically how it goes. Look, here's the gentleman right here, bathed in light, angelic as always.
Super D.
Wait, is that what we call him?
I like it.
Wow. So I think we're back in action. Clear in New Zealand. We are good. I've cleared it up. That's why I'm an audio engineer, ladies and gentlemen. I can solve problems on the fly and figure out what's going wrong. And that's what we've done here. Uh-oh, wait, he's whispering. What's gone wrong? What's gone wrong, Sean?
No, you don't want to be looking at that. You want to be looking at
He's trying to figure out how to read the comments.
Hey, this is not the
right
time
there?
to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is not the time to watch B1. Let's
No.
Shows.
Not at all.
Not
No.
like that. That's not okay.
Okay, so here we go.
I just can't see the comments.
Oh, that's okay. We've confirmed that everything is absolutely fantastic, absolutely perfect on our end. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for a very specific reason. And that specific reason is to talk about Dirt Daze. But more importantly, we need to get to know the guys at MTB Norcal. I was telling Sean, it's been a while. It's been almost a year since we've done a live stream together. So
It's been a year.
I know, it's been a year.
A full year.
I know, I've told you I've gained about 10 subscribers since then.
I can't believe it.
That's more than we ever thought.
I know.
I thought he'd get like 3.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I know. So what we're going to do today is really what I want to talk about at the start of this is help people understand what MTB Norcal is, what they do for the area. Let's start there. Let's start from the basics. We'll meet each individual one of you guys, and then we're going to go from there. Look, we're making adjustments on the fly. We're figuring this out as we go. So how would you guys describe MTB Norcal?
Take it away, Sean.
3 dudes.
Wow. Man of words.
Yeah.
3 dudes.
Well, it depends on who you ask because we both have different versions of how it all started, but mine's right.
Yeah.
So
I succumb to your belief.
because you know it's true.
Okay.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I haven't known Don my whole life, only my MTB life, really.
Yeah.
We met at a gas station randomly, and he said to me, "Nice boat," so I said, "Nice truck back." You know, just being cordial or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause I was like, this creepy guy's talking to me about my boat.
Yeah.
Is he really looking at my old lady? I don't know. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So yeah. So it kind of started from there. We did. Don's good at this part. What did we do, Don?
I don't know.
We exchanged Instagram.
I was
He
gonna
has
say.
he has a saying.
So we exchanged the gram because that's how friends become friends.
Yeah.
If you're not
These
friends on the
days,
gram,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
We didn't give numbers and say, "Hey, call me." Or
Yeah.
text me.
Nobody does that anymore. So it's essentially, like anytime I meet anybody, I'm like message me on Instagram. I'm the Calirado Kid.
Slide into my DMs.
Yeah, exactly. Much to the chagrin of my wife, she's like, nobody says that.
Nobody says that anymore.
Yeah.
I thought it was a saying. I don't know.
Apparently, it's all Snapchat now. But anyway, so we met through there. We actually had a mutual friend. That's how we started talking. And then Sean went on a mountain bike ride, invited me. And that time he smoked me. The only time
did?
the only time you've ever beat me.
I don't think that's true. There had to be
It's
like,
true.
damn it.
Mechanical.
I don't know.
Possibly mechanical.
Yeah.
But that kind of led to us just kind of hanging out. And then one day we were climbing Scott's in Nevada City, which if everybody comes to Dirt Daze, they'll see it.
Yep.
And we started talking about some things that we could do. And it was like, well, we want to get some money to feed our addiction, right? That's how it started. And then next little bit, I don't know, a mile up the road, it was like, well, what if we give that money back? And that's kind of how MTB Norcal formed.
Yeah,
and that was
yeah.
the very initial stages. I'll say this because I say it every time. I did tell Sean the only way that I would join it, because he already had an Instagram page.
Here we go.
So
Jesus.
he already knows it's going to
Spelled
happen. Is that how did you spell it?
It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
It did.
That's water under the bridge.
I think it was Mountain biking.
I was counting on autocorrect, and it didn't work out.
Such
Okay.
as Sean's texting.
Yeah, that is my texting for sure.
He doesn't know how to spell the word "and" either.
Yeah.
I don't know how to spell many words.
The. Okay, got it. Yeah, got
exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get the point, right? We all
Yeah.
get the point.
it. We understand.
Yeah. What does it matter?
Yeah, we're all good.
So it all boiled down to we both live busy lives, and it is hard to get out and do trail work. You know,
Yeah.
you want to give back in some way because somebody's building and maintaining those trails that we're all out riding and enjoying.
Yeah.
And we both have pretty stressful jobs and families and all that, and so if trying to find time to donate your time to maintain the trails or build the trails and then also enjoy the trails yourself is tough. So having one day a week or so to do that, what are you going to do? You're going to go ride.
Yep.
So we were like, how else can we give back? And our thought was like, working with the people like Bonk and Fat Track and all those guys that build the trails to give money back to them, raise awareness for those guys, however we can do it, bring Stoke to the mountain bike community, build a community. Because, I mean, everybody you ride by says what's up, hi, all that, but like we wanted to bring that community tighter, and it's been great doing that for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that, because it's like as you start this whole process, same way I started. I was like, I just like riding bikes, and then you realize the industry behind it. You understand the trail organizations. You start to understand the community behind it, and as you learn more about it, you can't help but get involved, because you realize the people that are running these organizations are rad. They have a great cause they're fighting for, which is building more trails for us.
100%.
Right? And so, like, as that starts to develop, you can't help but, like, want to get more involved. And that's what we've seen across the board. Like, good old Todd the Sog invited me one day to a trail build day, and I was hooked. I was like, I didn't know I liked trail building, but I do.
Yeah. It's cool. It can be fun for sure, especially when you do it with your buddies. And that's how kind of we got linked up with Shane. Shane's been involved with Bonk forever, and we knew Shane through another event that he had put on. So when it came time to where we actually wanted to do the 501c3 thing and become a full nonprofit so we could expand on what we were doing, we needed a third, and there was only one guy we wanted to join us, and that's Shane Dog.
Shane Dog right there. Shane,
That was a great segue.
Yeah.
Probably the muscliest of all of us.
I did my push-ups before
this guy.
Yeah.
I got to get back into the
Got to
gym.
get that pump going.
I know, 100%.
And I think that's when we formed, like, not only building community, supporting the trails, but we are purveyors of Stoke.
Yeah.
And I think the whole community that we were involved with, that is the focus, is building community. And honestly, for 2022, that's what I'm going to focus on. I think I'm even going to take the year off of racing this year and solely focus on just making sure, front to back, beginner to pro, we're all just stoked and enjoying why or what we do.
And it's interesting because, like, again, as a mountain bike community, like, it's easy to fall into that. It's like once you realize, like, that it's cool to have a group that just likes to ride and likes to spread. And, like, okay, I've talked about this on several occasions, the idea of being an ambassador to the sport. Like, so now, like, hanging out with you guys, understanding what that was, like, it's easier for me to see somebody on the trail that's maybe never ridden. You could tell they're on a bike that they're not really familiar with the bike. They don't know the trails. And it's almost like I love the idea of, like, coming up to them, even though the mustache is very creepy. And it
works. You make it work. Yeah.
I told the story, okay? So I ran into at Granite Bay. I was out at Granite Bay, and there was just like this young woman who was like coming up the trail.
Great.
And I know, it's already bad. So she's on the trail, and she stops, and she turns around. I was like, hey, do you need any help? I ride out here all the time. Like, what can I help you with? And she's like, no, I'm good. I'm like, look.
Did you ask her, is it the stash?
Yeah, I knew it was the stash. Like, right off the bat, I was like, anything I can help you with, you could just follow me if she wants. No, we're okay. We're good. So,
follow me into the woods. Yeah. That's
That's why I always ask direct questions. Do you have a flat? Do you have a mechanical? Instead of even hello. Like, do you have a flat? Yeah. It just bypasses all that.
That's pretty good.
She has since realized, like, she reached out to me later. She's like, wait a minute. Are you the guy I ran into on the trail? It's like, I told you I wasn't creepy.
Wait. So she slid into your DMs.
She did slide into my DMs. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
It works. It works. It does.
But the whole point of that story is not to be creepy, but to be like an ambassador to the sport. Like, I want to be able to shepherd people that are new. Because when I first got into it, we talk about our origin. When I first got into the sport, I didn't know anybody to ride with. I didn't even know how to ride a bike, right? So, like, then when we went on eventually, like, I went on a group ride and you start meeting people. I met you guys and all this stuff. Like, that was a cascade effect. And having that little catalyst to meet somebody that knew how to ride and knew the areas was a huge deal. And that's what you guys are for the community in a lot of ways.
Yeah, and that's how it initially started for me. Don had mentioned that I had a Instagram page, and I basically started that because I had started mountain biking and I knew nobody other than a couple of close friends. So other than them, I didn't know anybody riding, so I was riding a lot by myself. So I started this page and I was just hashtagging Culvert, hashtagging this, that, and just trying to maybe link up with somebody to go ride with. And then, it steadily grew from there. And I think our last group ride, we had almost 100 people. Mm-hmm. So it's, It's been awesome.
I still remember the Dialed Health group ride that we did in Auburn. It was mind-blowingly big. And I go back and look at that video. I was like, holy crap. The funny part about that video is like, now I go look, and a lot of those people that were there are friends of mine now. And it's like, at the time, I didn't know any of them.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
I think a lot of my closest friends now have been built from what, we started and the people we've met. It's just killer.
It's like a community out of nowhere, and it's like you meet all these guys, and it's like, holy crap. I went back and looked at the video. I was like, wait a minute, that's Todd. Like that day, Todd and I were wearing like similar Hawaiian shirts, right?
Yeah.
You remember?
The crazy shirts.
And so I think about like what mountain bike community can be, and that's what you guys represent, is the idea that like it's not that hard. You go on a group ride, you meet people you never met before, and that's really what Dirt Daze, that's one of the main, why I'm one of the main proponents of Dirt Daze, is because that's such an intimate event that really is like, if you're a NorCal mountain biker, you're going to meet somebody you don't know, and you're going to end up having some friendships out of this because you're going to go ride together and have a good time.
Totally.
Right. Push each other and get to the next level.
That's right.
And it goes on the flip too, because when Auburn Bike Park opened up, I showed up in a black shirt.
Yeah.
No signage, like nothing MTB Norcal.
Yeah.
And this kid, 16, 15, was like, oh, MTB Norcal. And I was like, oh, dang it. He's like, are you going to send the big one today? I was like, oh, dang it.
Peer pressure by the Groms.
Yeah. Like, why don't you hit it?
Never
and of
goes
course
away.
He blasts it. I'm like,
Oh.
Well, that reminds. That's how I met Max, right? If you guys know Max Clark, is I was riding Culvert and saw him, and the next thing I followed that kid down Culvert, and I was like, oh, this kid's good.
Yeah.
And then to watch him progress and just get better and better and faster, like, is so rad to see kids like that just sending it.
No, There's no fear at that age either, so it's just go.
I don't appreciate it. I don't want anybody younger than me shredding harder than me, all right? No, I want
They're
them
out there. They're out there. That is for sure.
So we have a couple things we want to talk about specifically tonight. One of which is obviously we got Dirt Daze beer, but that also is related to the event that's happening. So you guys can see this on the camera right there. He's positioned it right. Wait, let me point to the right direction. Wait, can I get like a really cool? Wait, hold on.
Like that?
Right there, yeah. There it is. You guys can see the Dirt Daze beer, which is named after the event that's happening. So if you guys aren't aware, we are live at Crooked Lane Brewing tonight, who is getting this beer in our hands, which is what we're drinking, the Dirt Daze beer, which leads us into the event that's about to happen on Saturday. And there's a lot going on. And I'm very stoked on this event because now, since the last event that I've gone to Sedona, I've gone to Sea Otter, and now I've been to the Whiskey Off-Road. I've been to a bunch of events in my time, right? And I've been traveling. Now I'm a grizzly veteran when it comes to events.
You are a veteran.
You know what I mean? And I can still say with a fact that Dirt Daze is a unique event because it is intimate. You can meet a lot of people easily. The event's right there. You can ride right down from there. It's it's very unique in the sense that when I go to Sedona, you've got a shuttle to the trails. You can ride Hoot, Scott's, all right there. Come right back, grab food. So, all right, let's dive right into Dirt Daze. Dirt Daze is happening Saturday. How would you guys describe it as an overall thing?
I'm going to
Go for it.
go. No, I'm going to say entry level, because I don't ever want to say beginner. We're all beginners. Entry level to pro. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
We have Specialized, Paiga, Norco, Pivot, all with full demo fleets.
Rocky Mountain.
If you're checking out a bike, sweet. If you're entering the sport, we got you.
Yeah.
So, with those other festivals and stuff, it seems like maybe you have to have some clout or you have some experience before you go to these festivals. This is a ground up, grassroots festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, it really is.
That's very true, because I remember going to Sea Otter, and unless you're racing at Sea Otter, you're not really riding. So, it's great industry. It's very professional. I met a lot of cool people, but it's a different vibe totally. And this is, you can come there. You can come with your kids. You can come get basic clinics, which is one thing that I thought was really rad. You guys were doing, Freedom Riders was hosting something. Yep. There's also, who else was hosting a cornering clinic?
Experience.
Yeah, MTB Experience is out there. And so you can come, if you're an experienced rider, you can come shred. But if you're a non-experienced rider, you can also come and still enjoy. And that's one of the reasons why I like Nevada City's trail systems, man. It's really cool.
Well, the Wheelhouse is a great spot for an event, too.
Yeah.
It's centrally located to Scott's, to Hoot, to the new Parliament trail systems that they're building.
Yeah.
And we've got kids clinics that day. We've got the NU Miners team is doing a youth ride as well. So if you're a teenager or youth, come up, join those guys. It's the mountain bike club.
It's the Nevada Union High School team, right? So they asked if they could be a part of it. I said, if you want to lead a ride, and they thought that was a great idea. And so we have them going, and then we have the ladies only ride through MTB Experience, which is great because. It's funny, we've seen messages come in where some ladies are like, I'm a beginner, riding with guys, and they're like, hey, we got you covered. So it's cool to see women coming into it that maybe haven't ridden or aren't that experienced. It's awesome.
And it really does cover all bases. I mean, last year we all saw there was parents there with their kids riding on the little seats. So it really is a family event, which is cool. And again, the wheelhouse being centrally located to all of that, it just brings you right back to the event. And it is an intimate event, like you said, so everything is right there. It's not really spread out where it's going to take you an hour to get from here to there. You're right there. And I think this year we have 40 plus vendors total, so it should be a really cool day. We've got a band coming in from like 1 to 4. We'll have a DJ and announcer there all day long. Buckhead Barbecue is coming up, and they're going to be serving some bomb barbecue all day long. They were talking something like 80 pounds of chicken, 90 pounds of brisket. They've got all kinds of killer stuff coming. So come hungry, get your ride on, and then go see those guys too.
And not only that, but you guys have a bunch of vendors lined up to do bike demos too, which is rad. So one of the things that I'm a big okay, so I don't know, it's stupid that I have a mountain bike channel. I don't know a lot about bikes, but it doesn't make any sense.
You and me both.
But it's like, how often do we ride different bikes? And it's a good opportunity. And so I saw one question on Facebook that popped up is like, hey, what do I do? Should I bring my bike? Like, one, you should bring your bike, but two, there's a bike check. We're going to put Travis in charge of it. Travis will be just managing your bikes the whole time.
Yeah, and we'll bring Trav over and let him talk about bike check in a minute. So you all are comfortable. This man is big, and he will make sure no one runs off with your bike.
And he has a nice beard.
Yeah, he has grown a beard to become especially intimidating in this situation, 100%.
He doesn't even know we're talking about.
No, it's great. I see him sitting over there, and he's like, what?
Totally oblivious. I don't know if I have my... Yeah, he's right. He's on my camera for sure. He's right back there, ladies and gentlemen. So there is a bike check. So bring your bike. But also, there's a ton of vendors coming out to do demos and stuff, and it's first come, first serve, right?
It is, yeah. Last year we took reservations, and it really slowed stuff down because there was also a line of people that had not reserved bikes that wanted to get a demo on, and there was bikes on hold for the people that had reservations. So by just going to a first come, first serve, it will speed all that up. We do ask if you're going to demo a bike, you keep it to a hoot lap, right?
Yeah, just keep it under. Just keep it under an hour.
Which should get you a hoot lap, or if you're quick, uphill on a pedal, you can get Scott's too, and if you're real quick, you can probably get both.
Yep. I remember last year you guys had dialed me in. Jordan from Specialized lined me up with the new Turbo Levo or whatever it was, and I spent so much time filming, I didn't even get to ride the damn thing.
Well, we're working on that again, so.
Sorry.
Oh, my God. I remember
that means the show was good, right? That means, there was a lot going on. I think it happened, we got up there at 6 in the morning, and there was people wanting to get in line for what we had going on. So
now that being said, one of the interesting things about the whole event was that one, there was line for demos, but I remember after the event, there was not a single complaint. You guys might have heard some complaints, but I didn't hear a single complaint from anybody through this whole thing. And you look at social media, it was very positive all across the board. And it was again, it was just manageable enough. I think everybody could get a bike if they wanted to get a bike. I think that everything was accessible and that the riding was close. So even if you got your own bike, you're getting laps in. You guys are organizing group rides, but what companies are coming out to do bike demos?
I'll cover that one. So we have Specialized, Pyga.
And let's mention that Specialized has all 3 of their West Coast vans coming.
Oh, so baby.
They'll have 40-something bikes, I think they said.
Wow.
Yeah. So Specialized, Pyga, Mondraker, Pivot, and I always do this.
Norco.
That might not be.
They dropped out transition.
We've had a couple technical difficulties transitioning up to.
But that's the case with any live event. Yep.
Oh, Rocky Mountain. How did I forget Rocky Mountain?
Oh, yeah, Rocky's awesome.
Rocky Mountain. So it's those 5. And then actually got hit up by a guy in Grass Valley that I didn't even know this company existed, which is random. But guy in Grass Valley has e-bikes. He makes e-bikes.
Sweet.
And he was like, hey, can I come out? I was like, yeah, because, Norco had some changes. So they're going to come in to kind of fill that spot. So it should be pretty rad.
Yeah, and that actually brings up another question, too. We've had a lot of people comment on Facebook and Instagram about our e-bikes welcome, or will they, is there someone representing? So there will be that company, but it doesn't matter to us what bike you ride.
Yeah.
BMX, dirt jumper, whatever you want to do.
Just come out and ride.
Bring it. Yeah, come out and ride. That's what it's about.
And that really is the funnest part. Again, we really want to stress the idea that this event is for everybody. It's like it's easy to get in. It's easy to come up and just have a good time. Even if you're not riding, come up, walk the vendors.
Yeah.
A lot of cool vendors to talk to.
Oh, man,
And
for
like you
sure.
said, live band, DJs going on. Food was great last year. Beers are flowing like wine.
Oh, yeah.
Like the salmon of Capistrano.
Yes, and we should talk about that. So you want to talk about 805 this year?
Yeah, so it was kind of funny. Last year we had Alex from G-Form. That's where he was working at the time.
Yeah.
He was at the event, and he switched positions. He's now at 805 Firestone. And he hit us up and like really donated to the event, which was awesome. So we have a lot of 805. Obviously, Crooked Lane with the Dirt Daze. Pizza Port is donating
Sweet,
some beer,
sweet.
and Belching Beaver. So like we'll have a good mix of the popular stuff and then some micro brews, so you can get some brews, and all that money goes back too, which is awesome.
And that's a big thing we made sure to emphasize. Is like the beers that you buy were donated, so the profits from the beer purchases are going towards local trail organizations.
Yes.
And from my understanding, last year I think it was over like $4,000 to Bonk and Fat Track and stuff like that, right?
Yep,
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like about $4,000 to Bonk, and $500 I think we went to Fat Track. But
Yeah, and I think like if we were to explain this to the audience that isn't local, Bonk is Bicyclists of Nevada City?
County.
Nevada County. I was close. And
County,
then,
baby.
Fat Track stands for
Folsom
Yes.
Auburn.
Trail
Coalition.
something coalition.
We probably just butchered that. We totally
Yeah.
butchered that.
Yeah.
Ryan, can you chime in here, Ryan?
Ryan
Yeah.
Ryan doesn't watch my
Folsom
stuff.
Auburn Trail Riders Association Coalition.
But they are one of the organizations.
suck.
Yeah, I know. They are one of the organizations I've had most hands dealing with and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Libby and Ryan and Matt
Yeah,
and
they've
all
been
those
great.
guys.
Why
And-
did you put your hands on them?
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, how are you supposed to establish relationships? What do you think? How do you think I got all these subscribers? They're hard earned.
No, it makes sense.
He
Hard
shaved the
earned.
dick in his beard.
That is true.
Yeah.
Camera
That's
two.
gotta do
what you gotta
Camera,
do.
cut the camera two. Jesus, I paid this producer $1 million. He's over here screwing
wasn't-
everything
yeah.
up for me. You know what I mean?
Damn you. Yeah. Damn it.
So this is going to be rad. Now, the parking situation, I think, last year was pretty fine. Like, it didn't seem like anybody had an issue. You can park all the way down the street and stuff. But, I mean, like,
Yeah.
if you can, probably get there early, I assume.
Oh yeah, the earlier the better. I think we got there, like I said, at 6, and we couldn't believe the amount of cars parked on the side of the road. So I think there was some homeowners that were like charging to park on their property. So maybe look for that. You can go up to-
Entrepreneurs is what we call them.
they're-
Entrepreneurs.
They're thinking, right? You can go up to conservation,
Pine Flat,
Pine Flat.
conservation.
Yeah, so there is a little bit further up 20. There is some parking areas
Yeah.
that you can, but that just leads back to bring your bike. You're right
Yeah.
there.
I mean,
Ride
there's
right
a guy
in.
talking on Facebook that he's like, I'm on a ride up from Nevada City, right? And you just ride up taxi cab.
Yeah.
And then he gets to end with the downhill. And I'm like, dude, that's fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
a great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. And the parking will be easy because, nobody wants to make a climb right off the bat. But,
Right.
all the smart guys will.
Yes.
That's the way to do it.
100%.
Finish with the downhill, as B1 would say.
I know. That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So this is going to be rad. And we haven't it's funny because we did this last year. We did this live stream, and it's been way too long. It's been way
It
too
has,
long.
yeah.
And I was so stoked to get out here tonight because I was like, one, I want to hang out with you guys. And
I know it's been forever.
I know. But two, with the event happening, all that stuff, it's just a great thing for the local community. And I think the turnout was huge last year. I think it's going to be big this year. And one of the advantageous things about this event is how intimate it is, how you guys are going to meet. If you guys go out there, I'm talking to you guys right now that are watching this. If you come out to this event, you're going to meet new people. You're going to have a rad time. In fact, I remember Trail Mish was out there last year. He was reluctant to get on my video, and I shot video of him, and his wife thought he was just so handsome in the video. And they got another kid, I think. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
After that day.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I think one of the things that we haven't really touched on, we kind of did a little bit, but the purpose of Dirt Daze and the biggest goal of Dirt Daze is to raise as much money as we can for trail organizations. So, we had mentioned donating about $4,000. I think it was 38 and some change, something like that, to Bonk last year, and that really helped them on building the new Parliament trails that they're working on. So, they're working on what, Shane, a 5-trail system out there?
It's a 5-trail system. And if you want to tip back real quick, they put in Parliament. They put Talon Show and the Climb Out Trail in 18 days.
Record time.
It's insane.
Orion, Dylan, Elias.
So if you've ridden that, it's amazing what they did in 18 days. And that's where your money's going. Like that's the whole point of why we started what we're doing and why we want to keep growing it and turn it into a bigger and bigger and better thing, is because it does give back to our community and it makes mountain biking better for everybody in our Northern California area.
And I think the one thing, if I can just say one thing real quick.
Yeah, fine. You can interrupt me, Don. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks.
That mic.
All right.
So the thing that's unique about the new trail system in Nevada City, too, is that it's bikes only. There's no equestrians, no hikers. It's directional, right? So you got your down, and it's a directional climb up. And so it's literally just for us. And it's the first trail in El Dorado National Forest, that is
Tahoe.
bike
Tahoe National.
Thank you, Tahoe National Forest.
You got to
Even
thank the right
bigger.
people.
Thank you. Tahoe National Forest.
Thank you very much.
It's the first one in Tahoe National Forest that is dedicated bike only.
And it's just the beginning. My understanding is they're
just
going to
the
build
beginning.
5 total trails, right?
Correct. Yep.
And it's like all this takes funding, all this takes people behind it, and that's why, like, if you're local to the area, it's a no-brainer to come up and support events like this, because it's an inadvertent way to support your local trail systems by having fun. It's like, oh, you come up, you ride trails, you drink beer, and it's like, oh, it helps. It's
It
like,
helps. Yeah.
And you might win a prize if you participate in the
Oh, yeah,
raffle.
the
Dude,
raffle.
your guys'
The
raffles
raffle.
last year were absolutely insane. I mean, like, you gave away like 2 giant, like, plus like $1,400 plus bike racks. You gave
Yeah.
away, it was insane. You guys
Yeah.
you guys are lining it up to this year too.
We're working it out. It's gonna be suspenseful, so you're not gonna know till the day what we have out there. But come out because you're gonna want to be involved.
One of my favorite stories from last year was basically I was out riding in Auburn or wherever it was, and I ran into this father and his kid. They were climbing up to go to Culvert, and I ran into him, and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? I was like, are you guys coming to Dirt Daze this weekend? And they're like, what is that? And I was like, it's an event. It's going on in Nevada City. MTB Norcal's putting it on. It's going to be so rad. And again, like, there's no way you can't be stoked for this if you live in this area. If you like mountain biking, you're going to like this event. This is a no-brainer. So anyways, I was like, you guys got to come up, dude. It's going to be so cool. We're all going to hang out. We're just going to be riding. And so they ended up coming up. They ran into me at the festival. I was filming everything all day, but I ran into them. I was like, good to see you guys. I'm glad you guys came up. Later in the day, once the whole event was done, we were doing the raffles. They legitimately ended up winning that Rubicon EP rack, which was like an $1,800
It's so
bike
cool.
rack.
I saw him at Summit TDS.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's so rad. That kid's face will stick in my memory for a long time. So yeah, I mean that's what it's all about, right? It's about going back to the beginning of this. What is this? A podcast? A live stream?
Live stream,
What the hell, dude?
podcast, whatever the hell we want to call it. Yeah.
We're just, we're trying to create that stoke.
It is.
And
2 other points too is Ryan at Fat Track at his booth. You can also donate to Fat Track themselves at the booth.
Yeah.
Also, Bonk this year is suggesting that maybe you buy a membership for $60.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Which gets you a free pair of socks and an annual membership. So if you want to donate directly to Bonk, directly to Fat Track, that's great. On the Bonk note, though, with Parliament, they've hired Steve Wentz of Momentum to build the Blue Black Trail. So this will be a more than proper bike park trail.
Sweet.
And on that note, Steve Wentz has donated his time. Bonk is paying for his stay while he builds. So if you can swing over to Fat Track, donate directly, swing over to Bonk, donate directly, we'll get those things moving.
And then at the end of the day, like, the coolest thing about this is, like, again, we talk about new riders, old riders, all this stuff. As they begin to understand what it is that makes trails and maintains trails and things like that, like, you start to realize there's multiple ways to do it. 1, you can go out and volunteer. You can do dig days. 2, you can just donate directly.
Yeah.
And 3, like, we can spread the word. There's a lot of ways to contribute, more than one. Sometimes they'll organize events, and Fat Track's been very good. Bonk's been very good about posting events that are happening that all help contribute to all that stuff. But the more people that know how it gets built and how it's done and how they can contribute, the better. Because, like, I think in general, I've seen nothing but growth in this community and people understanding.
I agree,
it's people understanding that, like, dude, we're all in this together. And it's been so cool seeing that, because the more people that know it, it's like, then we go out and dig days. We're all just hanging out with everybody. It's the best time in the world.
yeah, and I can't speak for what went on before I got into mountain biking or met all of, you guys.
Yeah.
But there's, like, in the last, 2 years we've been doing this, 2.5 years, the continuity that you see between everybody's, like, it's super cool. The everybody's sharing everybody's stuff on Instagram or on social media, trying to raise that awareness. That's really what it's about.
Yep.
Because not everybody can donate money. Some of the people that can't donate money can donate their time.
Yep.
So it goes all different ways. So
And what's crazy is that you don't know what goes into a trail until you go out and dig.
you don't, and most people don't know.
Yeah.
You dig 5 feet of trail and you're like, holy I am exhausted. And,
Yep.
and you're like, this trail's 1.5 miles long.
Yep.
Like, it really puts into perspective. If you could just go dig one day for like a couple of hours, I guarantee you'll have a whole new appreciation for what goes into a trail that you ride.
And it turns out, like, again, the first trail, the first dig day I ever did, it turns out that I actually really, really liked it. So it's like, since then I've done multiple trail days. Now we've been up in Everstoke building a bunch of trails up there. And it's like, dude, I would just as much like to be up building trails. Robert's in here. I know he loves building trails too. Like, I would just as much be up building trails as riding sometimes, because you get a hell of a workout, but also like that formation of an idea is so cool.
Well, what you've also done is, after that big storm system that we had come through in December, you also gathered your own crew and went out here in Auburn and cleaned all the trails without.
That's right. That's right. I almost forgot about that.
Super cool.
So it was the freak snowstorm that came through Auburn, and I just put it out. I didn't mean to like actually. Yeah, snow.
That's awesome.
It was the weirdest thing. I'd never seen snow in Auburn like that.
Dude,
so
it wrecked this area for sure.
It was crazy, and I was like, I went out with my kids hiking one day, and I brought my little draw chainsaw that Todd the Saw gave me, and I was like, kids, get to work, you know? And so I was like, I need a proper team. But I just put it out there. I was like, hey, I'm going out there. If anybody wants to come with me, go. And it turns out we amassed a crew of like 10. It was a great crew, and
awesome.
we cleared a lot of, like, we worked our ass off. It was like a really cool day, and it was super fun. I brought my axe, I brought my chainsaw, I brought everything. I was purposely chopping trees down just because I wanted to axe things, you know?
You're such a man.
I know.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that whole upper section of that's the Forest Hill Divide Loop.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Rad.
Let's cover a couple things in chat, by the way, real quick while we're here, and give you guys a break to speak. And then we might bring DeGonger in here because he's here. Yes, Tim Miller, he is here. We've got a secondary mic he can bring in.
We can bring Trav in here, too, to talk about bike check and how he will protect your bike.
Absolutely. We got everybody here for the MTB Norcal crew. I want everybody to get involved. There's no reason why they shouldn't. Trail Monster has donated $20.
Yeah,
he says,
Trail
hi, all
Monster.
good stuff about the event. Trail Monster, thanks. I know you won't make it because you're out in Arizona, I believe.
What? Jump in the car. Let's go.
Yeah, it's only. I just drove back from Prescott. It was only 12 hours.
fine.
Get over
Just
here.
do
What the
it.
hell are you doing? And then Spokesman, thank you for the $1 there, the 99 cents. BKXC is in chat. He says, stream looks and sounds so dialed. Another badass Calirado stream. Maybe I'll make it to Dirt Daze 2023. So
You better. You better.
I tried to get Brian out here, and it is his birthday weekend, and he's out in New York with his wife, who he hasn't seen that much because she's out in Harvard being smart, and he's not as smart as her. I don't want to say that out loud.
I'm
but
not smart either.
Yeah, I know.
I just have to say that my cousin, he's here, but he's very shy, so he won't come talk.
We'll get
It's his birthday weekend, and he's going to be working the PNW Components booth on his birthday weekend, so Brian can make it.
I know.
Come on, Brian.
I know, Brian. He's probably left by now. He doesn't have any patience for me.
He's always got something going on. We're always missing him.
Yes. B1's in here. Of course, DeGonger's here. Tim Miller wanted to know about that. That's right. Spokesman said he's jealous of the Auburn MTB scene here in Silicon Valley. The Off-Road Association is non-existent. If I wasn't moving soon, I'd take it over. Yeah, and so it's like, I don't think people realize that it's a rare thing, especially like as you get more towards like, I don't want to say Santa Cruz specifically, Central California, like almost the birthplace of mountain biking. It's almost impossible to get anything done. And the fact that we can't.
I wonder why that is. Is it just because just take I don't want to sound conceited or anything, but take a page out of our book. Like, just get involved. Derek said it in your video last year that, if you want to make something happen, go do it.
Yeah.
So that's all you got to do. Just grab your buddy and put a plan in motion and go do it. There's being the birthplace, there's got to be people down there. But again, people want to keep that stuff to themselves too.
I know. And Brian really knows a lot about that. It's like, because he's in that area and he knows more about the history than I do. The fact that we have accepting people up here has been huge because the fact that Fat Track is working with the landowner and they were building the Salmon Falls trails, it's like, dude, all that's proof of concept. Like, we're respectable, you can trust us, and we're going to come out, we're going to get it built, and then the relationship's built, and then you can build more stuff after that. So it's like, I feel like all the groundwork is being laid, and it's so cool to see.
A key component there is the stewardships, though.
Yeah.
It has to go through board meetings. You have to have a stewardship involved, so there would be your first point of contact.
Yeah.
And that's where we try to drive everything we do. We want to try to point everybody back to that. We're stoked if you want to buy a shirt or a jersey or a hat, because all those profits, we don't keep a penny of it.
Yeah.
It all goes back to the trails or to the stewardships, and that's our whole goal, is to point people back to them. And I feel like anybody can do that in any demographic and in any area.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, they're having the meetings monthly.
Yeah.
And no one's there. So who makes those decisions?
And I think that was one of our biggest goals was like, everybody's great at something, right? And we all have like a sales and marketing mind. And so our idea was to be able to just bring more awareness to those people, because I didn't even know who Fat Track was for the longest time when I was mountain biking. I thought that the Auburn State Parks built those trails. You know, but no, they're not. They're volunteers out there on the weekends and all that. So our main goal is to just bring awareness to that, and I think that's what's really helped the community is, you know, people see that there's that want to grow the community and not just be selfish about something.
Yeah, and it's funny because, like, I remember once my wife specifically was like, why are you going out there to cut trees out of the way of the trail? And I was like, isn't it the county's responsibility? I'm like, yeah, but like, also there's an element of pride that we ride it and we can help maintain it and we can take some load off of their hands. And even though it might fall in somebody else's wheelhouse, you know, wheelhouse in Nevada City.
There we go.
See what I did there?
Yeah.
Even if it's somebody else's responsibility, it's cool that we can just go take a handsaw and take care of it and clear it for other riders. And oftentimes, somebody's going to ride by and be like, dude, thanks for doing that. You know, I really appreciate it. So it's like putting in that extra work is a huge deal. And it's like, it doesn't take much on our pack. You know, all you do is carry a saw on your pack.
And it's always awesome when you like ride by that tree again. You're like, I cut that.
I do
mother
it.
effer.
I know.
The big ones too.
I'm like, oh, that was my tree. I cleared that.
Me and you for 3 hours.
And if you wait for the Forestry Service or the State Park Service to do it, it's not going to happen that quickly.
I know.
You know, those guys are so busy with everything else they have going on to deal with. That's why they're always asking for volunteers and always looking for volunteers, because they don't have the manpower to keep up with it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because like the one thing I won't touch, by the way, is poison oak. If there's poison oak on the trail, I'm out of there. I'm just getting the hell out of there as fast as possible. But it's like, you know, it's just an assist. And you'd be amazed at how many people, one, don't realize you can just carry a saw with you, which is funny because I made a video specifically like every mountain biker should have one of these. Oh, it's just awful. I got like less than 1,000
I liked
views.
the video. I thought it was
I thought the video was good too, but it's like, it's informational, whatever. Who knows what went wrong there? But like the bottom line is I'm a big proponent. It doesn't take much. It's easy to carry if you have especially after a storm. You don't have to carry it in the middle of summer. There's probably nothing on the trail, but like.
Should have had Todd the Saw in there.
Oh my God, missed opportunity. Todd the Saw is back here. There he is. He's right back here. Todd the Saw is right back there. Look at him. Gorgeous.
Yeah. You heard his name.
You guys don't know the legend of Todd the Saw. What the hell is wrong with you, huh? I'll tell you someday. He's a legend. We got a couple donations coming in. One, Trail Monster donated $5. Says, I'm currently in Ohio for the week, or I probably would, but I definitely want to come out 1 year, though. By the way, you need to repost the Dirt Daze video. Repost it. It's on YouTube. Just go. Nobody's going to pay attention. I could repost it, but we'll see. It is a good video.
We'll put a link after this. We'll put a link to it in our bio.
Yeah.
So if you want to check out last year's event, the video Joe did, we'll put a link in the bio, and that way you can check it out. So just go to our page.
It really
like and subscribe. Is that what I'm supposed to say?
Yeah. Nobody pays attention to that. You can call to action all day long. Nobody cares. Nobody
that's what you're supposed to do.
I know. That's what I always thought.
It's not true.
That brings me back to like our third ride ever. Remember? And he was like, I need you guys to say
like and subscribe.
Hi, I'm like, and I'm.
Remember oh shit.
That is
so funny.
Old school in Nevada City right there, baby. Go check Joe's Calirado Kid's old videos. Those things are gold.
You know, it's so funny.
They are the originals.
It's so funny, the early Calirado Kid days was a lot of hijinks. And it's like, oftentimes there's a lot of hijinks with us. And so we can talk about the origin of us, of me, and all that stuff. It's so funny. And to me, it's really interesting. But I feel like I need a beer. I don't know who can get it for me. Hey, Todd.
We'll make sure.
Do you mind grabbing me a beer? What's up, brother? Do you mind grabbing me a beer?
A beer. A Dirt Daze beer.
Todd's giving me a hard time live on stream, everybody. That's the reason why he's Todd the Saw.
Yeah, it might be a good time to bring Gonger on.
Let's bring Gonger and the Trav on. Yeah. We're gonna play some musical chairs here, so give us a minute, and we're gonna get some new faces in here.
He has no idea what's going on.
Idea what we just did to
we just made a decision, a game time decision.
Yeah,
I'm bringing on Gonger,
and then we'll bring in Trav.
Okay,
and we'll let those guys talk about.
And we've got external mics we can bring in, too.
And I think a good point, ask Gonger about the group ride MTB Norcal is going to do at Dirt Daze, because us three will be busy, with the event. But Brian and Jay are our ambassadors for MTB Norcal, and Those guys will be leading the group ride. We'll have a lead and a sweep, but let's let Brian talk about that, give everybody an idea of what the plan is. I think it's a hoot lap and a Scots, depending on. And the cool thing about it is you can drop out or drop in anytime you want.
Yeah, so. I think it's a great idea.
All right, let's do it.
So while we do that, before we transition over to that, I want to talk about we were talking about the intro of all of us. This is something we mentioned briefly on the last time we did this, but it's funny how this worked because basically, like, I was a new rider, didn't know anybody who to ride with, and then like you guys were starting this group and you organized an early group ride. I don't know how I found out about you guys.
I think we just posted it on Instagram, right?
No, I remember that. It's actually funny is that I think we reached out to you.
Yeah.
Because we saw you on Brian's video, and we're like, oh, this guy must be local.
He's
because
local, yeah.
You were showing him Nevada State. We're like, how do we not know this guy?
Yeah.
So
it was when you did the fishing video.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
right.
Yeah. That's right.
So we reached out to you, and you were like, oh, that's cool. And then you came up and hung out with us on the next ride. And then it was just like instant chemistry.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, and then
fast friends.
And then the hijinks really started. But there was some good time. I remember like water bottles to the face.
Oh yeah. So, there was all of that.
There's some good stuff in there. Look at Todd. Way to go, Todd.
Okay.
Todd.
So let's get Todd,
Wait,
Brian, and one more.
That was a kiss on the forehead. That's very intimate.
Well, that's how good of friends we've all become.
I know.
That's proof in the pudding.
I
right
know.
There. Yeah. Cheers, Joe.
Cheers, salute.
Woo! I was gonna kiss your forehead.
You're too whiskery for me.
This guy.
All right. Okay, let's take a quick intermission and switch up people.
Yeah. All right, here we go. People are jumping in.
Ryan.
All right, here we go. We're going to make a few changes. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for jumping in. We are live at Crooked Lane Brewing. One, I have to say that I'm very thankful to them for letting us do this, to take over a whole section of their brewery, to be here to broadcast live. I've floated the idea of doing this more regularly. Now with summer coming about, doing fireside chats could be trickier because when it's light out, the lighting doesn't quite work. So we are here live at a brewery. I do like the idea of doing live streams at breweries more often. So if you guys like that idea, let me know. Maybe it's something we could work in once a month during the summer. We come out to a brewery, maybe here to Crooked Lane. They put up with me for whatever reason, and maybe we'll make it happen. Who knows? But right now we're sitting down with two illustrious gentlemen, one of which has a great beard.
Hey, Joe, I gotta hop in.
Okay.
I gotta hop in.
Yeah.
My 2022 plan.
Yeah.
Is because of these guys and how much they give back.
Yes.
Wait. Why didn't I hear about this 2022?
2022?
Yeah.
So I just got my race schedule. I have everything planned out for the summer. And I was actually like, maybe this isn't the year I race. Maybe this is the year I give back.
Yeah.
My son's coming back into mountain biking. My girls want to be outside.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Every time I'm into racing, I see somebody, I'm like, hey, what's up? And they're like, can we get a lap in? I'm like, actually, I got to go practice. Because you just get so focused.
Yeah.
So I'm modeling 2022 after these dudes who constantly give back. And I just feel this is my year to give back.
That's all we do, buddy.
Yeah.
That's all we do. Support each other in any way we can.
So Travis is, we got all these guys are illustrious gentlemen that are sitting down right here, and I love the fact that MTB Norcal is represented in spades tonight. Okay, first we're going to go to Travis. Travis is going to be in charge of your guys' bikes at Dirt Daze, and look at this guy with an amazing beard, but also he's very intimidating, all right? Look at him. He's just a stoic face about him. And he's going to be running bike check like he did last year. The whole time or some of the time?
Probably the whole time, like last year.
He has the most innocent-looking face, so you can trust him with your bike.
I know.
Right? It doesn't look like he's going to steal your bike.
I know. And I know we got several questions in Facebook chats and things like that. Should we bring our bikes? Yes, absolutely. Bring a bike. There will be a bike check. You don't have to worry about it. Just that's such a nice feature because I realize, okay, a Sea Otter had it, but some events don't have it. So it's like when you have a bike check, you can keep your mind off of it. You can go and enjoy the event. And that's because of a man like Travis.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed to work out last year. I mean, Brian helped. There was a couple other guys that helped out.
It's because we're over 6 foot.
Yeah, nobody's taking anything from you.
You have to have minimum height limit to be part of the bike check.
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
Travis? Come on.
I mean, I don't even know. Are we going to have the bike check in the same spot? So it'll be inside the wheelhouse, same spot as last year, and basically we'll just guard your bikes.
By the way, if you aren't familiar with Travis's son, he has an incredible mullet set up, and I'm not talking about his bike. His haircut is full-on mullet, dialed in. He just got a job or something, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
He's all grown up.
Yeah. He's graduating actually the end of May.
Wow.
Nice.
Jesus, kid's getting big.
We're old.
I know. Brian, you're going to be helping manage one of the group rides. You and Jay are also going to be helping manage group rides here at Dirt Daze. I think you guys did it last year. How many people would you say were at the last group ride?
Probably want to say 30 plus.
Yeah.
Probably 30 plus on the group ride. All skill levels, all genders. Everybody's welcome, and we kind of It'll probably take 3 of us to do it.
Yeah.
Right? Myself,
Yeah.
Jay, and somebody else. So somebody to lead, somebody in the middle of the pack, and somebody as a sweeper.
Yeah.
To make sure everybody gets through and
Yep.
doesn't get lost and no injuries or bike mechanic issues that we got to deal with. But yeah, it'll be a good time.
I feel like that's one of the things that's been stressed more than anything is the fact that if you come to this event, it's going to be all ages, all skill levels, all anything. It's
Right.
very much a family event. So if you go on a group ride, you don't have to feel guilty about being slower than everybody else. There's going to be like we always like, and it's classic with MTB Norcal like rides in general, like general group rides. It's like fast people up front. If you want to go fast, great, go ahead. Everybody else filters in. There's always somebody cool at the back, just like, hey, we'll roll with you. It's fine. Like we're not in any hurry, and like that's been so cool always.
Yeah, I think with the group rides also is like, just to put it out there, don't be intimidated. To your point, like everybody's welcome.
Yeah.
Right. Everybody's welcome. Don't be intimidated. Like I can't ride that, or I can't be at that. I'm not at that level.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Just come out and ride it. That's you probably talked about it earlier, but that's
Yeah.
how MTB Norcal came about, right?
Yeah.
It's through group rides, just friends getting together, or us getting together around group rides. It was always kind of a social no drop ride. So that's what we'll probably do. I don't know what the route is. There's, you know, I rode Talon Show, the new trail out there last week. That's a great long trail, which you could take a big group on.
Yeah.
And you can't get lost, right? So, and there's one climbing trail, so literally that would probably be my bet to take a group ride because you can't get lost.
It might be a little far, but I mean, I would say definitely a hoot and then back up. But I mean, Talon is, I mean, it's for every level, I would say. I mean, there's definitely go-rounds.
Yep.
And the climb out is not terrible at all.
Sweet.
No. So we'll see.
Now, sitting next to you, by the way, is a man who I met once on a MTB Norcal group ride, and it turns out that we had the same, just knack for style is really what it was. And
It's a passion.
And so we were I remember it was at the Dialed Health group ride, and we both showed up. We both had the hand up like Hawaiian shirts, and I had a colorful shirt,
right.
and it was right off the bat. We just hit it off, Todd, didn't we?
Yes, we did, sir. I have a closet full of them.
And then, like, it was immediately apparent that Todd was much more physically fit than me, and he has always maintained that lead through the course of our relationship.
Well, that's because you need to take a note from his kettlebell workouts.
Oh, my
dude.
God.
You got to get him on the kettlebell routine.
Bro, what I gotta say, you just gotta sling that iron. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
God! I
on,
would,
man.
I would get on the Dialed Health workout, but he's not here, so I'm not slinging none of his stuff tonight.
Come on, sun's out, guns out, bro. Come on.
Here's a funny story, by the way. I was recently in Vegas for a work event, and so like we have to expense stuff. So we put it on the corporate card, and then when we come back, we got to expense it. Okay. When we came back, one of the restaurants that we went to at 2:23 a.m. was called Suns Out, Buns Out
Oh, there you go.
in Vegas.
That's my style too.
In Vegas. So what it was is like a sandwich place, like a breakfast sandwich place, but it's 2:23 in the morning in a place called Suns Out, Buns Out, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna think I just got into some real hijinks here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
Wait till your wife sees that charge at 2:35 in the morning on their credit
she
card.
completely trusts me. She knows that nobody comes near me with this mustache. It's fine. Everything's fine. Not a chance. One thing I will mention is the spokesman just donated $49.99. He says, 1, where do I buy MTB Norcal merch? And 2, where do I donate to Dirt Daze?
MTBNorcal.org is the shop site.
Yep.
I don't know about donation. We can find out. Definitely find out.
Yeah. So that may be a situation where I don't know if it's donating directly to Dirt Daze or if it's donating directly to Fat Track or Bonk. In this case, Bonk is the closest organization, so Bonk is located in Nevada City, but Fat Track's also gaining. And then was it Motherload also? Motherload's also getting some funding too.
Absolutely. Did you talk about how much the last year's event raised?
I think briefly, but yeah, tell them again.
$14K.
Oh, so
plus $14,000
was it?
last year, one day. Plus $14,000.
I thought it was like 4,000.
No.
Whoa,
Over
I'm completely
14,000
wrong.
last year. Yeah, because if you remember, Downeyville, Sierra Buttes had the
Yeah.
fire, so we took care of them as well. We sent a portion to them and then the local bonk. Wow. But it was over 14K.
Okay, I want to go on record as saying neither Sean nor Don nor Shane corrected me. So the real professionals we know are now at the table because I was saying 4,000. I forgot it was that much, dude.
Then there was the fire fundraiser that was after that. After Dirt
And that was
Daze.
this shirt right here, right? The Fun for the Ashes. Yeah.
So the other thing is, some people have been hitting me up about this event and also saying about MTB Norcal merchandise. Somebody had told me like, oh, I wanted to buy a jersey, but it's $75, which is pricey. But I wanted to make sure people are watching or listening that MTB Norcal is a nonprofit.
Yeah.
So that money and that portion goes to all these organizations that we fund.
Yeah.
And I had a great experience this last Sunday. I rode Talon Show.
Yeah.
One of the new Parliament trails that we helped fund or gave fund and manual labor to. And it was awesome to be on that trail, ride that trail, and I had a thought like, you actually get to see where the money and the effort went.
Exactly.
And be on it. And it was a great addition to Nevada City, and I'm like, this is what it's all about, right? So Saturday, being able to do this and help fund 4 more trails in the area, I think, because one is
because I think there's 5 total.
Yeah,
1 of 5.
And that's kind of one of the things we talked about earlier. It's like, if you don't know how to contribute, this is a cool way to do it, because you can come and have fun, and then your money, like say for example, if you come up to the event itself, any beer that you buy or whatever is going to be, they're all donated. All the kegs are donated.
Right.
So the funds from the beers that you buy are going towards local trail orgs. The funds from the raffle tickets, which last year the raffle was insane.
It was over an hour and a half. Like,
Yeah.
At least an hour and a half that raffle went on.
And it was like major prizes. Like Tom helped powder coat the Rubicon EP racks, and they were basically like, that's an $1,800 rack that somebody won. Velocirax was out there. They were giving away, handlebars. They were giving away shoes, tires, all kinds of stuff. And it was like the most bonkers raffle I've ever seen. And all those proceeds went towards local trail organizations. Like, dude, you don't realize like you could just come to an event, have fun, and also have an impact on local trails, which is really like what this is all about, right?
Yeah. So it was a great experience to know that one, I'm a part of MTB Norcal, and that we had a part in a role of this trail, and it was such a good trail, and that the future of that area is going to be great, and the opportunities to happen for the mountain biking community. And we were sitting there also talking about looking at the parking lot of all the mountain bikers in that area, like the Harmony grocery store, right? Like, if it wasn't for the mountain biking community that are riding those trails or coming to ride those trails, what would they be as a small grocery store? Because there was no hikers there, right? It's all mountain bikers. So if we don't go, it's an opportunity to help that community financially as well.
Yeah.
Like in some ways or some form.
I really do think that spot is an absolute gem. And it's just developing more and more. And what Bonk has done to it, in years to come, it is going to be a destination that you have to go to.
Much like Downeyville, I think.
Yeah.
It'll be, and it's right down the street from Downeyville.
I agree. And you have Scotts Lake right below it, which is a fantastic place to camp and just stay.
I took the kids there recently just to go fishing. It was like a rainy day, so I brought the bikes just in case, but it was kind of rainy, so I was like, let's go down, let's go fish, let's go run around, let's go play. It's a beautiful area as they build more trail systems. And think about the whole like Sierra Buttes, the trail stewardship out there. They've got authorization to build tons of stuff between Quincy, Mount Huff, Mills Peak, all that stuff, Downeyville, all these things. The network's going to be built out. And you think of that forward, thinking of somebody like Brian who's building, Everstoke in that area and like being able to just tackle everything. Yeah. The one thing I really like about Nevada City is the fact that once you park, you can session all that stuff pretty easily. All the climbs out are easy. All that stuff's really cool. And like that's not the case everywhere.
Well, everything funnels down to one area and comes back to one area.
Yeah.
So if you can get lost there, I can get lost there, but not most people are like me. And you can be skills of all levels there and ride almost everything they have and have a fantastic time.
Yeah. The other thing to mention too about kind of going back to the group ride and don't be intimidated is believe it or not, Saturday is International Women's Mountain Bike Day.
Oh, is it really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And Sunday's Mother's Day too, by the way.
So get your other half. Here's 2 reasons to get your other half out there on Saturday, right? Either get the moms out to spend Mother's Day out there riding with us, or your female partner, friend, get them to celebrate International Women's Mountain Bike Day with us at a great cause. Help us with that area, help MTB Norcal, but it is International Women's Mountain Bike Day.
Yeah, and I believe Trisha's going to be out there. There's going to be some other women that are organizing women's rides. There's going to be kids rides.
The Freedom Riders.
Yeah, Freedom Rides. And they're so cool, man. Every time I talk to them, in fact, I was like, I need you to do a clinic with me because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But like, there's so much stuff going on that it's like, again, bringing it all back to just anybody can ride this thing. It's going to be so cool. Trail Shutter has just donated $10. Said this will be my first Dirt Daze. Should I bring a Stumpy or an Orbea Rise? Anybody want to answer that?
You know who Trail Shutter is, and guess who he's bringing?
Who?
He's bringing my boo.
Ooh, the unicorn.
He's bringing my boo.
Oh, Savant's coming? No way.
Yeah,
Savant's coming?
I've been trying to get him up here for years. It'd be his first time.
I'm gonna convince Savant to make a YouTube video. You watch it, all right? I'm just gonna drill him all day long.
We got to get him out of retirement.
We gotta get him out of. Savant's coming. Yes.
Savant, you better be here, Savant. B1 was asking about him too.
Oh yes. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. The first time we met was a random occurrence when we rode Pacifica, and it was a big surprise. It was a big
random.
surprise.
I planned that. It wasn't random.
Well, it was random.
to
It was
you.
random for me. It was random for you. You planned it ahead of time. It was the unicorn, this MTB Savant that I never got to meet, never got to witness in the real world. And it turns out he is real. He's not from the Matrix.
He's there.
I'm so excited.
He'll be there.
I'm so excited. Oh my God. It's going to be so good. Gentlemen, how's the riding been? There's another, side note from the event that's about to happen. We're going to keep talking about Dirt Daze. I know that's important. Ladies and gentlemen in chat, if you guys have any questions for us, let us know. That's all on the table. We're here live at Crooked Lane Brewery. I can't believe they let me do this, by the way, for a second year in a row. Absolutely incredible. Who the hell convinced them to let this happen?
Trail shutter. Bring your Stumpy. Don't bring the e-bike.
Bring a Stumpy. Yeah, that's all you need is a Stumpy. You'll be fine. The climb outs, they're very easy.
Yeah, I got to earn it, dude.
Todd's fit. He'll tell you.
I'll tell you.
Todd, what's the story, by the way, before I diverge into another topic? You just got a new bike, which is like the
It's in my car
the
right
Ripley.
now.
You got the Ripley, but you're getting
The frame's in my car
What
right
did,
now.
You got a new bike?
I did.
What did you get?
Picked it up today.
What is it?
So I got a brand new 2022 Specialized Stump Jumper Evo. Sitting in the car, ready to get built up.
Baby. Wait, what was that like? So you just needed more travel, huh? You needed more travel.
I want to smash into stuff and not have it be my person. Yes.
Not enough chamois butter, huh?
Just,
I was saying recently, Sean was asking me about the race I did out in Prescott. I just got back from Prescott. And he said, how was the race? I was like, I had so much chamois butter that it smelled like movie theater popcorn on my taint.
yeah, that's it.
That's what it smelled like. What more can you say? That was one hell of a challenging event, by the way.
Look who just walked in, too.
Hey! It's Ryan from Fat Track.
Talking about Fat Track.
Hi! Ryan, your hair looks gorgeous.
He's after he gets a beer, you got to get him in here.
We're going to get him in here. We're going to get him in here. We're going to talk about all. We've been talking about trail organizations. Ryan is one of the spearheads of Fat Track.
Well, let's let Ryan sit down.
Yeah.
Travis is like, I'm out.
There he is.
Look at Travis is, I'm out.
Here he is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Travis is like a behind microphone.
You're witnessing history as we speak. Ryan is sat down. His hair is gorgeous as
What's
ever.
up, buddy?
Here he is.
Hey, I didn't know I was relieving
Give me a handshake.
anybody.
You got to get up to the mic, Ryan.
All right, sorry about that. Didn't know I was relieving anyone here.
No.
Bailing out Travis.
Oh my God. So when we talk about local trail organizations, Fat Track is local trail organizations. They've been building all over the place, building relationships, and the fact, I think you guys are really well known now, which I think is sometimes rare when it comes to trail organizations, but you guys have been nailing it on social media, you've been pushing events, you've been really just getting involved, and I think I think a lot of people know who you guys are, which is amazing.
Yeah, sure. And thanks. Appreciate the appreciation.
Yeah.
The club's been around since I was a toddler, and in that time span, you got ups and downs.
Yeah.
And we've got a solid crew now. It's small inter-tribe, but everyone's busting their ass, working hard, and trying to, it's still volunteer-based. But thanks, man. Definitely appreciate that.
But in terms of dig days, for example, when we did our first dig day, I think we had a really solid crew on. At least not your first dig, but my first dig day that I did with Todd Saw invited me on. Yep. And I give him credit because he was like, hey, Fat Track's doing a dig day. I'm like, what does that mean? And so I ended up going out on that, and it was like, we had a good turnout, but I feel like most of the dig days you guys have done thus far has been pretty busy, right? Like you have a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not happy that Culvert in Auburn caught on fire.
No.
But it definitely got people excited and kind of to get back out there and rebuild stuff. We've had a lot of good things happening out at Salmon Falls Ranch with American River Conservancy. And the turnout from the local community has been great with that, which is good to have.
Yeah, and that's one thing that's interesting because when you and I, we ran after the fire hit and they opened the trail after you guys got the dozers out and did all that stuff, the trail got open. I was there the next morning. I was
literally
the next
after
morning.
the fire, right? You guys were there with it. They were on
pretty
the
close.
ground within a week of
Yeah,
that being
they
over.
they invited us out. They were
Yeah.
super cool before the park was even open.
Right.
Like they had us come out. We walked Culvert and talked about how to get it back open. So I think like you're probably right. Within a day or two of the park being open to the public again, like trail was ready to go.
Yeah, and I just rode it for the first time, the new culvert, Saturday afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, so first time I rode it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, Joe, thank you, Todd. I love the new berms, where before the turns were flat, unsupported, but now they have some berms. So yeah, it was great work.
And that's one thing that Ryan, when you and I ran into each other that day, I was out. I just wanted to see what the condition was, and I filmed it. And it was a really basic video, but I just wanted to show it, and a lot of people viewed it, and they wanted to see what it was. And so I remember we rode that day, we ran into each other, and you were like, man, one thing I'd love to do is shut down this trail for a bit and really just kind of do some fine tuning. And I'm stoked that you got the opportunity to do that. Like,
yeah, like it was so abused and neglected after 2 years of COVID. It didn't get any love or work during that time, and got way more use. I'm surprised it wasn't in worse shape than it was, honestly. And then the fire came through, so it got pretty beat up through that. So, but you're right, man. Yeah, thanks to Auburn, they made it happen.
And it's so cool seeing, like, we talk about the idea of relationships with local trail organizations. The fact that, you guys have built this relationship that, the Auburn, which is basically that's state? No, what is that?
Yeah,
state.
Auburn State.
The fact that they trust you guys to come in and handle and oversee and things like that, like, and in Salmon Falls area where it's like the land, you guys don't own the land, but they let you come in and build the trails, and that trust has been built across the board. That is what it is so cool, because we talked the idea of, like, in the Salmon Falls area building like more maybe gnarly trails in the future.
Right.
And once they understand that you guys are really handling business and doing a great job, it's like, man, why would you go anywhere else?
Yeah, we're really lucky with ARC that when they're letting it happen, and they have some. I mean, recreation's not their mission,
Sure,
they're a conservancy, but
Yeah.
they understand bringing people out there gets people in the woods and excited about conserving land. So
Yeah.
it's good. And we got a shout out to Mike Bean, who's a longtime local trail advocate and been with Fat Track for a couple decades at this point. He's really involved with all that on the inside, on the ARC side. And so they trust him. He knows us really well and the bike community in general. And Dylan, the land steward guy out there, is awesome as well. Been working with us, really close, getting things moving.
Tell me more about the legend that is Sammy.
Sammy? Oh, Sammy Bike?
Yeah.
Sammy's a great dude. Fear the beard. He's been great. Him and his wife Danny, they put in dozens and dozens of hours out there.
Insane amounts of work.
Insane. Those two damn near hand built most of the trail out there.
Yeah.
Oh wow. You're like your volunteers of the year century.
Yeah, pretty much. And he's a recent transplant. He moved out here, him and the wife, from the East Coast. Don't quote me. Within a half dozen years or so, fairly recent.
Really recently, yep.
Yeah.
Really recently.
And so, he works at Mike's Bikes in Sacramento. A lot of people probably seen him out there on the trails or in the bike shop.
Yep.
But yeah, good people for sure.
I remember the moment, like, we did a dig day with Sammy. He was out there, just like, this is what I started, this is what I've been doing. And you're like, wait, you've been doing this all by yourself? You think like the crazy hermit out in the field building the trail. He's that guy, because like everybody's involved, but he's like, nah, I built 2 more miles while you guys were gone. He doesn't care, you know what I mean?
It sounds like he's a machine.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
He really is. And he's so funny, because he was so, like, he's just like, nah, we're just out here. We're building trails. I was like, where are you from? Where are you? He's like, oh, I'm one of the managers at Mike's Bikes. But he came in from a different area, and he's just like, he's off to the races. Like, oh, you guys left for the dig day? That's cute. I'm going to keep building a couple more miles where you guys leave.
I'll just see this random, like, social media post. Here's Sammy. He dug another mile today.
Right, on a Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, he's totally involved, and it's like the moment I met him, I was like, oh, this guy is like going to dig with or without us, and it's like we had this really good like dig day with everybody involved, a big crew on our hands, and Sammy was like, I've been out here, 18 days straight. I haven't seen the outside world in forever. He's a great dude. I love that guy. Sammy's cool.
Yeah. Shout out to Sammy.
So now we're going to talk about Dirt Daze, because we bring it all back. The whole purpose of this live stream is talking about Dirt Daze. Like, I think there's been a solid amount of funding from Dirt Daze for you guys, but like, I know you guys are going to have a booth out there. What can people expect? They should come and say hi. What can they do at the booth? I know, for example, they could probably donate with you, but they could also understand what's going on, right?
Yeah. Just shaking hands and kissing babies and that stuff. We'll have swag on hand and stickers to hand out and sale. sign up for your email newsletter, all that thing, donate, join, all that stuff. If anybody wants any info, I'll be out there. Got a couple other people hanging out throughout the day. Just come by, say hi, check it out. In between your bike rides and your lunches and beers and all that stuff. Yeah, last year we sold tons of swag, shirts and socks and things, so that was great.
Yeah.
Not to mention the donations came in from the raffle and all that, so yeah, it was awesome.
And so all the socks and everything go towards Fat Track, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
100%.
cool.
Profits there just go right back into the club's bank account.
And at the very least, Ryan's a really cool guy, so come say hi and hassle him. Say Calirado Kid sent me.
Sure, yeah, thanks.
He'll regret it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so it's been good. How so in terms of dig days, how's the dirt looking? Is it drying up quick, or is it like we're supposed to get a little bit of rain supposedly Friday night? I don't know if that's true or not.
Last weather check I saw, we get rain, so it might be Hero Dirt for Saturday.
Oh, baby.
Come out.
Well, I'll wash.
Ryan's skeptical.
Yeah, I'll wash my cars tomorrow just to help, but I'm not holding my breath. We have 2 dig days scheduled for Salmon Falls at ARC. I don't remember the dates. Mid 17th, and I think the last, I don't know, 2 weekends this month. I'll have to check on that, but it's probably going to be too dry to get really gnarly with dirt work, but there's a lot of other stuff on the docket out there with building out new trails. So,
like cutting back brush.
As long as it's not poison oak, I'm fully involved. Todd the Saw is a maniac. If you've ever seen this guy work a saw, he's twice as fast as anybody else, and I don't want to argue about nothing.
That's because he does kettlebell workouts.
I know.
What you need to do.
I don't even own a kettlebell, Brian.
Well, there you go. You need a powder coat him one specific for you.
Do you guys both do CrossFit?
No.
He does kettlebell workout. Like his stuff is pretty dope.
Ryan, do you do CrossFit?
no.
Good.
No.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah.
You know what I did recently? I was foolish enough to do an XC race in Prescott, Arizona. I got invited out to help manage some of the social media stuff that Todd and the Whiskey 50 were doing. It was incredible. That race beat me to the brink of death. But I'm telling you right now, I came out of it, and I talked to Jay, whose bike's on, who's in the chat also, and it's like, I don't know, maybe this is something with XC races that I don't understand, but like I came out of it like wanting to do it again, and that's weird because it was pure punishment. Like at the end of it, like my legs were cramped for the last 8 miles.
I don't want to see him in Lycra, do you?
No, I wasn't in Lycra. I'm never going to wear like.
You do? Oh, I don't.
No comment.
Yeah. But, Ryan's not on board with any of this.
If you did more CrossFit, you probably would have came out. You're ready for another lap.
Oh, I need more kettlebells.
There you go.
Damn it.
I want to come back.
Okay, here, jump in.
Come on in, Don.
Todd's like, please.
Come on in.
Oh,
I'll tap out.
Did you guys talk about? Did we talk about parking situation? Because
we talked about parking
a little
bit.
bit.
No, because I was getting DMs like, "What's parking line?" Or people.
Before we transition to the next subject, which is highly likely going to be about me.
Shocker.
Yeah, I know. We're going to talk about Charlie Hicks' $20 donation. He says, "Here's to Savant." Charlie. He's the unicorn. I can't wait to see Savant at the event. But it's all likely that I'm going to be filming out there, and when Savant shows up, it's all game over. I'm just going to follow him around like a starstruck unicorn.
Stalk him.
100%. Totally true.
How have you made it through this whole thing without going to the bathroom?
Because I have I've done an XC race. I am basically a professional racer at this point.
Okay.
Can I tell you guys
post-race damage?
Can I tell you guys another story about this race? Because
I'd love to hear it.
I've got a lot of stories. I was planning on doing a podcast about this. Let me tell you. All right.
Diapers.
Diapers.
It makes sense. I got it.
There you go.
Cool.
First of all, I've discovered that people like to hand you pickles during races. Have you guys discovered this?
Oh yeah, pickle juice.
You know why, right?
But there was literally a guy like dangling a pickle in front of my face.
Oh, that was a whole different message.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the Lycra.
You were the only one that was getting that. Yeah, just you.
He was like, "Here comes Joe
with that mustache. Let me dangle a pickle in front of him."
I mean, it slapped my cheek and my cramps went away immediately. Is that a thing?
That's a win then.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
As long as it worked.
So I'm doing this race, right? And it just like, I lost my train of thought completely. You guys transition for me. I'm going to figure it out.
I have a question for you about your race.
Yeah.
Since I was part of it.
Yeah.
How did your ergon seat work for you?
It actually worked really well.
Thank you.
I'm still getting used to it. The ergon seat, very good overall. I've repositioned it. Jay helped me with that. Bike Sim helped me position my ergon seat that I picked up at Sea Honor. Thanks to Brian.
Thanks to Jeff for ergon.
Yeah, Jay, and it is really good. It's really good. And so I just chamois buttered the hell out of my taint, and we were good to go.
I liked how you said the ergon seat.
Yeah. It's got like a fart valve in it. Did you know that?
Yeah, I saw that. It's like when you put too much taint cream, like you did, it just drips right out.
Is there too much?
I don't know.
There's never enough butter.
I expect our viewership to go up right now. Tag your friends. This is really going somewhere great.
Yeah.
It's only going to get better from here.
Let's call it that.
Yeah, we're getting to the end of this podcast. That's why.
There is no law. The record is over 3-something hours.
Yours?
Thanks to Paul the Punter, yeah.
How was it?
Oh, God. We just kept going for days. So basically, like, Biker originally held the record for over 3.5 hours maybe, and then Paul came in and just destroyed it with like 3 hours and 40-something minutes. We are definitely not going that long tonight. I got work in the morning.
Me too.
Look who's talking. Like, he can talk for 5 hours.
I could talk all day long.
Right,
But I love him.
I know.
I know we do, but he can talk.
You're so good looking.
Somebody in I know. Somebody in
His head's going to get like so big right now.
Yes. Somebody in chat pointing back to what the hell I was talking about a race. I got a lot of great race stories, and now I can't remember what I was talking about.
I know. It was XC race, and you were going to have
chamois
something.
butter.
Yeah.
And a
Pickles and
chamois
chamois
butter,
butter.
a pickle, and an XG race.
Fart valve.
Lycra.
I know, I was really...
Lycra.
Yeah.
Well, this went really bad really quick.
Yeah. It really
You
did.
sat down. Look what happened.
It's all my fault. It's
Sat
all
down
my
with
fault.
that chain ring.
I think it's my fault.
No, it's you can blame everything on me. I'm the one running everything. It's
Okay.
totally my fault. Look, we've increased our viewership. That's all we got to do is talk about chamois butter for the rest of the night.
Everybody's like hashtag butt butter.
Oh my God. Yeah. Sweet baby Jesus. So Dirt
Oh,
Daze.
wait. I know. We were talking about not going to the bathroom, and then you said, let me tell you about my XC race.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Does that not...
No, it doesn't ring a bell. I totally screwed up this whole story. I have a lot of great stories about this XC race. Let me tell you something about XC racers. Okay, we're going to jump right into this. All right. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. Have you guys ever run an XC race?
I have not.
I did one, and I will never do it again.
Okay, I will say I did enjoy it. It was a great event, and like everybody on that trail, one thing they really did with the Whiskey 50 and the 30 that we did was they established a great ground rule in the sense that everybody is cool. Like, hey, somebody wants to pass, let them pass. The community was great. Like, everybody was very good about that sort of thing. So it wasn't like Brian once did a race at BCPOV where all these people pay a ton of money and they come do this race and nobody's letting you pass because they pay tons of money. They have all this pride. There, everybody was very cool about that, right? So that was like such a good atmosphere.
You actually passed people?
Well, he was letting them through. It's probably what he's getting
Oh,
at.
yeah. I'm just asking for clarification. Like,
What a dick.
Oh my God, yeah.
I mean, I can be a jerk, but...
I know. No, it's totally,
I love you, Joe. You know I love you.
it's totally true. Yeah. So if you look at what Jay did, I watched some of the footage that he had during this XC race, and like Jay is like a full-on downhiller. So he has coined the term downhiller on your left. And so like he was like fast downhiller on your left. And so he was showing me some of the footage and we're watching this and everybody's like, holy crap. Like Jay's creating lines. Like me, I'm very courteous, and oftentimes if you look at my footage, it's the very opposite. I pull up behind somebody like, hey, how's it going today? Like I'm just like talking to him, you know, like which is what you guys expect, right? But like when Jay was passing people, he was like, fast downhill on your left. He was just hauling ass. Like he would just create a line up the hill and just pass them.
It's great.
Which is why he overtook me in the leaderboards.
That was the reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with that. The very few XC races I've done like that, it's not my strength either. But on the downhills, like I had a bell and I would be banging that thing as soon as I was in earshot. So they've been hearing it for a second by the time I got up on them.
I'm out for a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the funnest thing to me. Like the funniest thing to me is that like all these racers didn't know how to do downhill, and maybe it was a short travel in their bike or whatever. But as we descended, I would catch them so fast, and like it was like I was just very courteous. I've never run a race before, so I didn't understand like how. And all of them understood what a pass was, but like when you're narrow single track, you don't want to pass. Jay's the opposite. He knows how to pass. He wouldn't push them off the trail. He would just create his own line and pass.
There's definitely a difference between like XC and enduro. Like the one XC race I did, these guys would smoke me on uphills. Smoke me.
Yep.
And then we get to the downhills, and I was like, hey, wait, I'm back on this guy. I'm going to pass you. And then the next uphill, they pass me. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
And then, you catch them. And it's like this back and forth game. It's really odd.
And that's the question of the day. It's like when you run an XC race, it's like, all right, well, if I pass this guy, he's just going to catch me on the uphill next time. So is there a point? And you're like, oftentimes what we do is we do a big climb, so the reward is the downhill, right? Like,
especially
in
Auburn.
In an XC race, that's not the case, because as soon as you start downhilling, you're just going to be stuffed. Like, there's there's somebody in front of you just going nice and steady.
Yeah.
True.
The race I did. So the race that you did, how long was it?
It was 33 miles. 3,400 plus feet of elevation, and we were at about 6,000 feet or so in Prescott.
Okay, so the one that I did was started in Carson City, so 5,000. We went to the top of Tahoe, 6,500.
Yeah.
And it was 43 miles, 6,500 feet of climbing, and I didn't ride my bike for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I don't
He
think
got
I
his
could
ass
ride.
handed to him.
That sounds
my
brutal,
ass-
dude.
My taint hurt so bad that, like, I remember, like, 4 days later, I was like, I'm going to go sit on my bike, and I sat on it. I was like, nope, I'm not going to do that.
Not yet.
You need a fart valve and more chamois
I
butter.
needed a fart valve and an ergon seat and apparently something else. So chamois butter.
Yes.
Chamois butter.
Tonight
Yes.
has been the most times the word fart valve has been uttered in a live stream ever, guaranteed. You
Funny,
guys
I
can
never
fact
heard
check
it.
all of that.
Yeah.
It's 100% true.
Yes.
So
Yes.
this is like the experience that I had that was interesting about this XC race that I've never done a race before. I've never done an enduro race, none of this. The only race that I've done has been the Mare Island Pedal Fest, which if you guys haven't seen that video,
I remember seeing your video.
dude, that turns out to be one of the funnest things I've ever done. Because if you guys know me, I'm very irreverent, right? Like, there's
Yeah.
not a lot of seriousness in me. So, like, the idea of like a race going through warehouses and running like historic
like an obstacle
shipyards,
course.
it's like an obstacle course more
Yeah.
than a race.
That's so
Yeah.
badass.
How was that?
Dude, it is really fun.
I've seen clips and it
We
looks
need to make
amazing.
a team.
Dude, I really think like MTB Norcal should organize a team. I really think Fat Track should organize a team. Like, the more people at this event, the better.
I was going to ask Ryan to
I'd be
join our
down.
team.
But,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we could partner up.
Combined team. Yeah.
Combined team.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's good.
But it really is
Yeah.
pure irreverence. It's like the idea of like 4 people, 1 bike. You're running through this random obstacle course upstairs.
It's like those tough man things for bikes.
Tough man.
And
Whatever
that-
they are.
No,
Well, if
they
it's
run
tough
through
man,
mud
Sean's
and
out.
stuff.
no, urban assault ride, right?
Urban
Yeah.
Urban assault race.
That's a nice rub.
It was good, man, and like it fits in like, and there's a brewery right there. It fits right in with all like we all like
With
riding
everything
the
we
bike.
do.
It's
Yeah.
so fun. It's
I'm in.
like,
I'm
I
in.
love it.
and so the registration is open. That was a really cool event that happens in our area, and it's like, oh my god, that was the only race I've ever done. And right out the gate, I just got completely exhausted. I pedaled like, bah, 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 you know, like what am I doing? I don't know, no clue. And so, like, luckily Brian got us out in second place immediately, and we held that the whole time. But
Podium, baby.
that was my first race experience. Now, yeah. Running basically a race has been interesting to me because now I've got all these reels ready to go. Because
Yeah,
now
you're set.
there's the pickle juice guy, and here's my thought on this: like, he
doesn't know
Yeah.
the pickle juice guy.
What is the pickle juice?
So,
guy?
like-
is that like after a shot of Jameson or something?
Joe got hit in the face with the pickle.
Oh,
okay.
that. Oh.
So basically, coming up the final climb, which at this point I'm like, I'm gonna do a video on this eventually, but like the sheer struggle of this, like I don't know if I'm gonna get out of this race alive,
It
like
was
sort of
real.
thing. This guy's like dangling a pickle in my face, like, hey, you want a pickle? Huh? And it was like, oh, this pickle will prevent cramps. Johnny, good to see you, buddy. But like, dangling a pickle in my face, I was like, what if that pickle guy like translated to real life, where he's like, let me just everywhere he goes, he's like, did you know this will reduce cramps? You want a pickle? Like, I don't know. That's just,
Wait, so it reduces cramps?
yeah, pickle
Yeah.
juice does. supposedly.
Sodium.
Use that to my favor next
Sodium,
time.
baby.
Sodium.
Can
I
anyone
don't like pickles.
Can anyone in chat confirm
Salty.
that pickle
Salty.
juice actually does this? The fact that they have it at races, at the aid stations. Let me give
It's
you
like a shot?
yeah. Let me give you another funny story about this race situation that I had. You know, aid stations. Aid stations
Yeah.
apparently are designed to like you to stop as fast as you can and get back to the race.
It's like a NASCAR pit stop.
I did that. So when I raced the Carson City Epic.
yeah.
I did that. I missed the first stage. Second stage, I was like, okay, I'll stop real quick. And I was like, oh, this is my chance to pass people.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah.
And then stage, like
It
the
worked
third,
against you.
first aid station, I passed that one. The fourth one, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was dying. So I downed some Oreos, which I didn't do pickles, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And then I lost a water bottle on my climb, so that was fantastic. The next aid station, I was like, I'm done. I don't care about this race anymore.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, dude, there's only like 8 miles left. It's all downhill. And I was like,
Only.
well, downhill's my jam.
Yeah.
So I started the downhill, and then we come around a corner, and there's an uphill. And I'm like, that motherfucker lied. Excuse my language, but I'm like, that guy lied to me.
Yeah.
And so I
He
come
kept
around
it going though.
Yeah, well, I come around the corner, and there's this dude just sitting there, and he's like, I'm done. And I'm like, I get it. I'm like, let me just take a quick pee. And I said, we're gonna
see a pickle.
Yeah, I was like, see, I'll give you some pickle juice. And then, wow, that was really bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, dude, I know where we're at this point because there's the one part of the trail I knew. Got him back on his bike, and we finished the race together. But yeah, 43 mile. Dude, XC is, like, people will bag on XC sometimes. XC is effing hard.
Yeah, it really
No
is.
doubt. That's
Like-
a big long day, just
Dude.
It really
riding
is.
with the boys or your group of friends.
Oh
Like,
my
but to
God.
race that?
Yeah. Like, because it's go all. I mean, you got to think. You raced 35, you said? 32? What
A
was it?
little over 33 miles. I'm going to tell everybody it was 40 plus.
Okay,
You
so,
should.
so we'll
Yeah,
just call it
claim it.
35. But, I mean, you got to think. The person that won that was 35 miles all out.
Oh, yeah.
That's insane.
What was the time difference? Do you know between like your finish and
Hours.
the winner?
I know. Hey, you guys, watch your goddamn mouth, Don. So
that person
I know,
But I'm right.
I'm pretty sure Jay, aka Bike Son, beat me by like
Jay, what was it? Come
30
on.
minutes or so.
I know you're in chat, Jay. What was it?
He beat me like 30 minutes or so. We can go look at the stats online, but it's I don't want to. Yeah, I don't.
We
wanna talk about
definitely
it,
will.
yeah. I will say I came in under 4 hours, but it's like. By the way, as a side note, the truth of the matter is there was at least 18 people that told me this is your last hill to climb.
I
Liars.
guess that
18
goes to
different
what you
times,
said.
right?
18 different times. Like literally, the guy's like, "This is your last hill." I'm like, "The 17 guys before you told me this." Like, no, seriously.
It's all a game.
Well, I'll tell you what's worse is I did the Ashland Enduro in 20, and then that one we had to climb from the bottom back to the top.
Yeah.
And this guy's walking down the street, and he's like, all right, man, you're almost there. 3.2 miles to go. I was like,
That's a dick move. Yeah.
3.2 miles to go climbing. I was like, dude, I thought I was almost there. He's like, 3.2, it is almost there. I'm like, no,
You're almost there.
I've already climbed 9.
Yeah, compared to the
know.
9 you just did, you're almost there.
Yeah, that's only another 10% of the climb left,
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
You got a third of the way to go.
I hope he's watching right now. The guy from 2020.
It's so funny how it's like everybody's out there to cheer. And before doing any race, I realized how much a cowbell meant to me. It wasn't until this moment that like I realized what a cowbell meant to me. And they're like,
You were so pumped
I was
on the
like,
cowbell.
oh, finally!
Yes, I got the cowbell.
Somebody told me I'm okay. I'm good enough.
I got the cowbell.
Bring the cowbell.
It's like Christopher Walken. I gotta have more cowbell. Oh my God.
My eyes are watering.
The reason why we're here, ladies and gentlemen, is Dirt Daze, and you guys have joined just at the right time. We're talking with MTB Norcal. We're talking about Fat Track, all the people that are directly involved with all of this stuff.
Yes.
Dude, the event's going to be amazing. It's happening on Saturday. There's not
it's
even
close.
really a start time, huh? It's just kind of like
No,
whenever.
it is.
No, there is. 8 a.m.
Okay.
I mean, you can get there earlier and just wait around, hang out, mill around. There'll be coffee, Clementine Coffee will be there.
Remedy.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Remedy
Remedy will be
Coffee
there.
will be there, serving coffee. So
We got some
but,
cinnamon rolls
the
and all that
first,
kind of good stuff.
Yeah, the first bike demo will go out at 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if
8
you
a.m.
get it there early, if you're planning to get a demo on, and
Who do you guys got signed up for demos?
Oh, we already talked about
Oh,
this.
yeah.
but-
Let's talk about it. Let's cover it again.
So let's see if I can get them all without stumbling
Yep,
this time.
yep.
Tyga, Mondraker, Rocky Mountain, Specialized, and here it goes. Pivot. That was much better than last time.
Ooh, nice, nice.
we
Solid
did
lineup.
just to full disclosure, we had Norco and Transition, and they had demo fleet issues, so they are unable to make it this
Yeah.
year, but they'll all hopefully be back next year.
Sweet.
But these things happen.
Yeah.
They're out at Transition was out at something in the
Yeah,
Midwest.
transitions in
and
like Kansas, and then Norco had like a rep issue. So it's we are
Out
it is what it is.
out of your control is what we call that. So
Yes.
it's like at the end of the day, it's like
Yeah.
you're still gonna have a lot of rad lineups.
But they have all donated to the raffle as well
Sweet.
to at least keep in the mix as much as they can. So we appreciate that. And some things are out of everybody's hands. So
I remember
Just blame the supply chain.
yeah, it's what it
It's
is.
fine.
Stupid COVID. It's
all-
still messing everything up.
It's always a supply
God.
chain. I remember Paiga being out last year, and they had the little white tiger. Yeah, they're out of South Africa. Is that right?
Yeah, and I will say that like if you haven't seen it, they have the Mobu. Have you seen that?
No.
Okay, have you seen it?
The new carbon bike.
Oh, dude, it is one of the most beautiful bikes I've ever seen because it's raw carbon, I think with some black in it. But that raw carbon,
It's sick. And I
is
think they'll have
badass.
a full build on
and
display.
and what's funny is that I know somebody that like kind of the team manager of Paiga hasn't even seen it yet, but it will be at Dirt Daze.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right.
So check it out. I don't know if it'll be for demo, but it'll
No, but
be
you can
on
at least
display.
like go, ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, exactly.
I
yeah.
believe that's Howie's personal bike, and he's like, nobody's touching it right now.
We'll
until
see.
it
You
gets
never
built
know.
up.
Last year they did loan out their personal bikes too because the lines were that long.
Wow,
so,
really?
Yeah. So let's see what happens. Things will be happening. Shane's dropping off 4 packs of Dirt Daze.
Shane's loaded up. What the hell's going on
I
there?
think he was
Shane?
trying
I
to
like
make
it.
my nipples hard with the coldness.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
It worked.
Why wouldn't he? Trying. More like
he
succeeding.
did. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Cutting glass over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So as we come to the 8 o'clock mark, like we've talked about this event tonight, it's important that people that are local understand when, where, all the things they need to know to get to this event. It's happening Saturday, but what else should they know prior to coming out?
They should know that the event directly affects people like Fat Track. So Fat Track just did a bunch of work on our local trail here, Culvert in Auburn.
Yeah.
Has Ryan talked about that at all tonight?
Yep.
Yeah, so okay, great. So a ton of work was done there. Like that's what the event's about, is to raise money for our trail stewardships that keep our trails looking pristine in NorCal. And if you've ridden our local trails, you know they do.
Yeah,
So
they do.
come support. Like Shane said earlier, join, donate, all of that stuff. I think Orion, he was out last year, and he made a comment that to join these guys is it's less than a tire. It costs less than a tire.
Seriously.
And how many tires do you buy a year? So, that's a year membership. You've supported the trails you're riding on, so that's huge. That's the mission, and that's really what Dirt Daze is about.
The one thing I would say is come with a positive attitude, right?
A full pocket of money.
And here's the thing that I think is different, right? Well, and here's the point. It's actually funny that you say that because my next point was going to be, is this event's free?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like you can go demo any. You don't have to buy a raffle ticket. You don't have to buy a beer. You don't have to buy anything, and you can go demo a bike for free.
And what does a bike usually cost to demo at a shop?
Right,
100
$125, right,
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
a rental, whatever. So we're providing this in one spot. Trail access is there. So I mean, yeah, if you can, like, either donate, buy some raffle
Buy
tickets.
raffle tickets. You
Yeah.
might win a killer
and,
prize.
and you know that's going to get back, and you have a chance to win something. So like, just come with a positive attitude, have fun, and like that's what it's all about for us. Is just meeting people, having like making
is.
friends, and
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
babies.
Wait, what?
Trail babies? He meant trail babies.
Trail baby.
He was referring to the new trails in Nevada City that
Yeah.
were just built
That's the-
in
yes.
under 18 days.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what I meant.
Parliament babies.
Yes, Parliament.
Under 18 trail babies? Is that what you
18
said?
trail-
Oh, God.
No, we can't say. We're live on whatever this is. We can't say that.
Yeah, don't worry. Nobody's watching. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, we
You said
we have
viewership
3
went up,
more
man.
than last year.
We do have a good viewership. Yeah, we've been doing good tonight. We've been doing good. Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine. It's under
all
control.
good. It's all good.
They come to expect it from me.
Yeah. No, but really, like, if you're local to Northern California or within 8 hours driving, you should really come.
Yeah.
Wow,
'Cause
8 hours.
It'll be worth. Yeah, I mean, come on.
Just drive up from Santa Monica.
You can camp at Scott's Flat.
Honestly, though, I really do agree. Like, I've been to enough mountain bike events that I understand what community is. And if you like mountain biking, I tell anybody, come to this event, come hang out. You're going to meet somebody you've never known. You're going to build some relationships you never knew.
Seriously.
There's not that many events. Like, look, Sedona is incredible. Sea Otter's, like, incredible, but it's an industry event. So unless you're racing, you go hang out, you have an incredible time. But it's not like this. It's very different. It's very intimate, like Sedona is, except that in Sedona, you got to shuttle to the trails, which are world class.
Yeah.
Here, you can come up, check your bike, Go grab a bite, come down, ride, and do all that stuff, and all of it's right at
One
your
spot.
fingertips. It is really cool. It's
Yeah.
really a no-brainer. It really is.
It's literally about the local community.
Yep.
And that can spread from up here in Northern California. You consider the Bay Area, parts of Central California, all of it. It really can. So come out, support the event, support your local trail builders, and demo some rad bikes.
And support the people that are there, right? Like, I will say
Yeah.
that the vendors that were there last year, the one thing they
Huge.
said was like, of all the shows that we attend, this was like kind of the easiest one to get into. Like, we had fun, we were hanging out with people, like, and so it's cool that the vendors are having that much fun as well as the people that are attending.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, just come out, have a good time, and like
Hang
eat some-
out,
eat some
really.
stuff
It's
and, like,
literally
ride with
hanging
us.
out.
Ride with us.
And win some good raffles too.
Oh, my
I mean,
God.
Amen,
last
brother.
year the stuff you
It
guys
was
got
insane.
was
We're not gonna tell you. You're gonna have to wait.
It was
But-
legitimately insane. Like, you're not even kidding around. Like, I was like, what the hell? They're giving that away? Like,
Yeah.
it was a lot of money of raffle
I will be for
prizes.
raffle this year.
we're gonna do it again.
I will.
You're gonna
I'm,
do what?
I'm raffling myself.
Oh shit.
Oh, no. What have we done?
Buy those tickets, baby.
That's not what I was telling you to hold out on.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. I promise.
So, as we close out this live stream,
Ryan's face
we've been
was classic just now. I hope everybody saw that.
It was all the camera was on Joe, so nobody saw it.
I was just trying to process what I would do with them. You know, I wasn't sure. You know,
He was
Yard work.
Yeah,
yard work.
let's call it that. Yeah.
That guy's gonna be splitting wood with his shirt off like Rocky in Rocky 4.
Or splitting wood.
Two very different definitions, yes.
Just a little.
Oh my God. Okay. That's how we do it around here,
Our
everybody.
bad. Our bad. Let's.
Yes.
I digress.
We're singing it. We're diving right back in. We're totally composed. Totally composed.
Okay. All right. Joe, any last words?
No, all I can say is, like,
For the first time. Wait. This is monumental,
That's what I'm
people.
talking about.
For the first
Oh my
time
God.
ever, Joe, the
Said no.
Calirado Kid, is speechless.
He said no.
Speechless.
He said no.
speechless.
Oh my God, this is great. This
That's a
is
big
so good.
achievement.
I'm literally
I
crying.
would agree.
I'm crying.
Yeah, you guys are aware of me. That's unheard of.
I love it. I love it.
Look, so as we close out this live stream with a place that was so courteous to put up with my nonsense, Crooked Lane Brewery,
Yes.
you guys would say, like, the
Yes.
fact that they were open to this is so cool. The fact that they were open to it last year with no proof, no
Nothing.
sight unseen
Nothing.
is insane.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yep.
They let us do it here last year. The fact that they let us do it here this year, I can't say enough good things about Crooked Lane Brewing. If you have their beer in your area, buy it. But otherwise,
Yep.
if you're here, come and support them, right? Would you say?
Yeah, and obviously we've created Dirt Daze IPA with them. You come, you buy a beer, they donate back to the trails as
Yeah.
well. So come, go to Auburn, get your ride on, come here. They've always got food trucks here. Grab something to eat, have a beer. It goes back to what you just rode.
And
Yep.
they, and they
So it's
donated
huge.
to the event, so I think that's
Yeah.
like so.
Yeah.
Every dollar that you spend on a Dirt Daze beer at the event goes back,
Yeah.
So,
or
pretty rad.
seltzer if that's your thing.
Yeah.
or seltzer.
Which is huge, man. All this stuff is the point is like it's donating to local trail organizations like
is.
Ryan at Fat Track.
Yes, sir.
That's where it goes. That's where it goes.
Yeah, no, Crooked Lane is great. I live pretty close to here. I rode and came over here just to hang out, say hi to you guys. After it's a great spot post-ride or just
It is.
whatever you're doing. You know, they got great indoor, outdoor. It's 2 minutes off Highway 80 on
Yeah.
49, like for anyone that doesn't know.
Yep.
You know, 10 minutes from most of the trailheads.
Yeah, and the cruise here is awesome. So
I have
you
a
can't
question
go
for
wrong.
Ryan though. Do I have to have that kind of hair to dig?
You're never
Because-
gonna do it. No, don't do. Oh, God. No one's coming to Dirt Days now. We just messed up.
Wah, wah.
No one's coming to Dirt Days. I can't believe he just did that. I can't believe it.
Live on stream. He's confident. He's a confident man.
He is.
I showed my bald spot.
Yeah. What can you
You were
do?
about to say something else.
Only to you, baby.
This is the glory that is MTB Norcal. They built a community up here, and they're going to continue to do so. It's incredible. Like the idea that you can build a community with no ego, with no
Ulterior motive.
No ulterior motive.
Yeah.
The point is just to get people stoked to ride. There's only one other group that I've seen do that, which is Trail Dogs out in Southern California. They're an incredible group, a bunch of guys together that just same idea. And it's really easy to get involved. You just come and hang out and you learn that, hey, you can ride with us. We're not elite. We're just come here, enjoy all the things that we love, which is mountain biking. It's just that simple.
Yeah.
That's what this event focuses on. That's what you guys' group rides focus on. Just like, doesn't matter who you are, where you are, if you're just getting in, if you've been there for 10 years, if you come in and come ride, you're gonna have a good time, and we're gonna hang out. And that's like, that community is huge because, again, as a rider, that when I originally started out, I didn't know anybody. It's like, if you don't know anybody and you come on a 100-person group ride, if you haven't met somebody by the end of the day,
there's an issue.
And that's the great part of those rides is you will meet somebody.
Yep.
And there's literally, I mean, we've had beginners that could barely make the climbs that we're doing to pros that are smoking everybody downhill, but everybody in the beginning, at the rest spots, at the end, is stoked, and it just feeds to what we're doing here in Northern California. And that isn't just MTB Norcal. That is everybody that we've met and built relationship with, Fat Track, Bonk, Joe, everybody. I mean, it's great what has happened in this area in the last 2 years.
Yeah, a bunch of bike nerds just hanging out.
Right? Yeah. Close to 100 people.
Yeah.
We had 3 legitimate pros that were smoking everybody. But like, you know, they were waiting for us at the next stop, and you're like, and at the end they're like, "Holy crap, that went really
it was
well!"
Awesome,
considering the spectrum of people, and everybody had a good time.
Yeah. And it's very much a symbiotic relationship in the sense that, like, you know, I'm into all kinds of hijinks now, but it's like, you guys put out a thing, we all share it, and it's like, as we're all in the same group fighting for different goals that all are the same goal, really. It's like trail building advocacy, like building groups, building stoked riders, and all those people can
becoming famous.
It's all, you know what,
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yes. Woo! Ryan just tied it in without even knowing.
He knows it.
So good.
The whole point was international superstardom, and here we are. But, like, you know, as we build that up, it's like the idea, like, hey, you guys are working on building trails. You guys are working on building stoke. I'm building on, you know, the more people I bring in, the more people understand what you do. The more people understand what you guys do. And it's like, all that thing is a circular loop. And then they learn about their local trail organizations, and all that stuff is one big understanding of the mountain bike community, which I could, like, for example, Garrett is running a family free ride event we're going to be doing on the May 15th. We're going to be doing you know, the pump track day and all that stuff. I'm going to help MC that event.
You going out there for that?
Yeah, I'm MCing it.
Okay, awesome.
So they originally asked me about it, and they were like, hey, like what can we pay you? I'm like, don't pay me, just keep that oriented towards the trails. I just want to come out. I'll help support. Like, I'm just stoked at what you guys are doing, and that's really, like, realistic. It's funny, like, I like what we're doing here. I think there's so much potential, and I like that there's so many people that are into it, and the more people, like, I'm surprised at how many people are involved, and there's only going to be more. It's so cool.
Yeah, and I hope if it's something you have in mind and you're in a spot where maybe you can attend Dirt Daze, just come check it out. Get involved. That's really all it takes, is you got to have that want and passion to be involved in your local community. And it doesn't take 100% of your time. It doesn't take 50% of your time. It just takes, you know, a fraction, and you can make a difference in your local scene for sure.
Huge. Like, I always, you know, people ask me all the time, like, hey, man, what can I do to get involved? I'm like, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you want to weave baskets? You can find a way to, like, make that help. You know what I'm saying? Like,
$5 a basket.
Yeah.
Totally.
Goes to the trails.
Basket wall rides.
Sure. Yeah. Like,
it is cool. Like, Ryan knows, right? Like, I mean, this guy is spending hours and hours. I mean, I would say, right? Like, I mean, dude, you're putting in time. But between being on the board and, like, digging, like, you're out there, like,
buying
doing
beer
your thing.
for the volunteers.
Yeah.
It's huge.
So, I mean, like, this guy knows what it takes, but I mean, it just really doesn't take much. Like, it's like Sean said, it's less than a tire.
That's right.
You know, or it's like Orion from Bonk said.
Orion said that.
Orion from Bonk said, he's like, you go skiing in the winter and you spend $130 on a lift ticket
every time,
and you go one time.
Yeah.
But you can't spend $60 on a trail that you ride from spring to fall.
That's right.
Yeah,
and it's a good point.
That's an inside joke we use all the time. I think a lot of trail clubs say, like, spend as much on tires as you do advocacy every year if you're not going to be getting your hands dirty and or showing up and helping.
And that was our whole thing. Sometimes you don't have time to get your hands dirty. So what else can you do to give back? There's always something you can do to give back.
And and it's just as easy as going to an event that you just have a lot of fun at, and it happens that it goes towards like your beers, your raffle tickets, all the things that are like benefiting you are going towards local trails. So it's like you don't have to be out building trails. You don't have to feel guilty about not doing it. I understand not everybody has the time, but coming to an event like this, it's like, dude, you can do something without even knowing you did something.
Yeah, I mean that's like our jerseys, our hats, our shirts, right? Like you buy something, you get something, but you can know that money's going back to somebody else.
Yep.
Like,
And it may not be a lot. It may be $4 or $5 a shirt is going back or a hat, but it's something, and yet you have something you can wear that you're proud that you gave back to the trails.
That's
and
right.
Same with the Fat Track gear, or same with the Bonk gear, all of that.
It's
you
huge.
buy a pair of socks, you buy a shirt, all of it goes back to the stuff that you're riding all day, every day, and enjoying on your day off.
It's huge.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have talked about Dirt Daze. I think you guys are aware of it on Saturday. Some of you guys aren't local. Some of you guys are. I expect a big turnout as always. If not, there'll be hell to pay.
Yes, hell to pay.
Hell. But it's been amazing. I'm glad we could sit down and talk. I've been stoked to get down. And I know one of the things we talked about was like, dude, we got to do a live stream. We got to do a live stream. This is an annual
I
tradition.
think it's a yearly thing.
It really is. It really is. And I'm always stoked to hang out with all you guys. It's such a cool community that we've built. It's only going to grow. And so it's something that I'm passionate about. I don't care how many people watch this. Like, we're going to keep doing it. And luckily we have good turnout. So that's been nice. Yeah.
And
it's
Joe, let me say, we all appreciate you.
I was gonna say,
there's a
big
shit
time.
ton of work that you put into just doing this live stream, and your hijinks are all awesome, and we all laugh the hell out of them. But it does a lot for our community.
it's funny because I was
so
going to
we
say the same
appreciate
thing.
that.
I was going to say, as much as we joke around, like you put in work. So definitely appreciate everything that you do.
I don't know if anybody realizes this takes like 2.5 hours to set up and break down. It's like a lot of work. And
Yeah.
it's like, it's because it's just this weird bug in my head that I need to do
You
it.
love it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
We love doing what we do.
Yep.
Right?
And so it's stoked. I'm glad I could help spread the word in the little ways that I can, and that's all I can do. Ryan's going to be at the tent on Saturday at Dirt Daze. You can come and see. There's
Those
see
long,
this beautiful
luxurious locks.
yeah.
I'm shaving it Friday. Yeah.
Woo! Friday, you son of a bitch.
You're not going to recognize him come Dirt Days.
No,
You're looking like Don.
Just look for the beard.
Whoa, that was a cheap shot. That was
awesome.
Are you going to shave in a bald
Yeah,
spot too?
that
You
was good.
son of a. I'm out.
Mic drop.
With that in mind, it's been an incredible night, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Thanks for
yes.
jumping in. Thank you to MTB Norcal, Sean, Don, and Shane. Thanks to Brian. Thanks to Todd the Saw. Thanks to Shane. Thanks to Ryan
Travis.
from Fat Track. Travis is here. Everybody's been out here.
Yeah.
What an incredible night, man.
Yeah. Bring your bike. Come ride at Dirt Days.
Yeah, bring your bike. Come get a demo. Somebody's right behind you, aren't they?
Everything will be
I
safe.
can
It was
smell
Trav.
it. I can smell it. Hi.
It was Trav.
Yeah, there he is.
He's trying to
Hi.
rub that new beard on your face.
I don't blame him. Incredible night. We're going to call it a night. I would transition to, look how shiny I am.
It's the light.
I've got a glow to me. I would cut to the music, but for whatever reason, that went absolutely bonkers last time. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you guys for joining us tonight, this live stream.
Thanks,
An
everybody.
hour and 45 minutes in went by that fast.
It did.
So-
I thought we'd maybe last 30 minutes.
I know. Yeah, that's what my wife says. That's usually like 2. But with that,
Wait, what were we talking about?
nothing.
Okay.
Brian's here. Brian's here.
No, we don't have to talk. I just want to say
He just looks
I love
pretty.
these guys.
He looks pretty.
I love
It's
you
an
guys.
incredible
I love you guys.
organization.
Just love you guys.
Come to Dirt Days on Saturday. That's it.
I will say,
Good night.
Yeah, think about like imagine a trail organization crew
buddy.
and a social media
See ya.
crew
Love
like
ya.
MTB Norcal in your area.
Do
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
We'll see you guys on the next one. We're gonna go silent, but we're gonna be doing stuff in the background. So thanks for joining us. We appreciate you guys being
See you
here.
Saturday.
All right, there we go.
Thanks, Joe.
Dirt Days
Thanks, Joe.
2022.